biologist, physicist.
I put in the chat this table I found that it has all of the symbols and the numbers and the da da da. Let me
I
know if
don't
you
think
can.
we can access
I
that
can
because,
because it's in a desktop.
No,
Hold on.
yeah.
you can
What you can do is you
email
can
it to
attach
me.
it as a file.
Oh,
Ah,
If you click down below, there's a file icon next to the smiley face.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I might save it as a
Okay,
PDF.
so you understand what you're plugging in for SP. What is Z?
95
Not
is
90.
C.
Yeah, it's part of that. Yeah, it's part of that. So
Oh, don't tell me.
oh,
1.9. 1.9. Wait,
yeah, for
am I
confidence
close?
interval, it's always 1.96.
Oh, 1.6. Okay.
Okay. And what is the X? 1 and X2.
1.96. Um, those, I'm 32.8 minus 31.9.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because remember, that's what you're trying to find the difference of. So your X is what is your mean. And those are what, because you're trying to find that difference. And then you're using the standard deviation and how much confidence you want, the Z value, and how large the population is to figure out what's my plus or minus on both sides of that line, of that value.
Okay.
Cool?
Yes, I think. I need to move. Can you move your screen down? Or how do I move my little picture? Oh, that's fine.
You can, oh, your picture can slide. Oh, like, oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, you. There we go.
I think I can, there should be a way for me to, oops, sorry. Get rid of this. I was able to do it the other day when I was teaching. There we go. Aha! I figured it out.
Oh, there
Accidentally.
we go.
All right, Lachey, while you're doing this, we talked about 13A and another one. I'm curious. We have Chelsea
Mhm.
and Ananth, and we'll come back to Lachey, but they're going to probably ask maybe questions that you want to know too. Is that
Okay.
okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Chelsea, you were next.
Um, I'm panicking about this assignment.
Don't
Complete.
panic.
Thank you, says the man with a doctorate in math. Um,
Right.
That is true, but I also am drinking out of a Tigger cup, so.
um, I tried to do the first problem in chapter problem 5 in chapter
That is the
7.
hardest one. It's a Nova. Go to the next ones.
Okay,
Go to the
thank
next
you,
ones.
because I couldn't figure out like if okay,
But I want to guide all three of you that are here.
yeah.
And is big thing.
I'm sorry.
Step, a big thing, step by step. Step one, every problem you should have this. Even when I'm doing it on pen and paper,
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. Literally, I'm on pen and paper. I have, oh, hold on. Step one, step
Uh-huh.
two, step three, four. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I do it. And I expect it from all of you because it's gonna guide us. So
Yeah.
step one, state your null, state your alternative, state the alpha value, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what even the alpha value. Okay.
They give it to you. It's always 0.05, but they'll give it to you.
Oh, okay.
Step two, state the test.
Okay.
Right? So are you using a z equals something, a nova, so you're calculating f, chi-square. I know I didn't give you any chi-square problems.
Okay.
But you're going to state it. You're not even calculating it. But it comes from the table.
Yeah, don't move your screen yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I
I'm
go
sorry.
fast. I apologize. No, do not apologize, please.
Thank you.
And I'll give the table. It's page 750. Again, this is data dependent. We do the same thing that we just did with Lachey's problem was we went continuous
Yeah.
dichotomous,
Mm-hmm.
independent, dependent.
Mm-hmm.
Independent, do I have a bunch of them? Then it's a nova, which is what problem 5 is. And they even say do a nova.
Okay.
Then notice we haven't done any calculations. We're just kind of setting up and stating the problem. And we say,
Wait, I'm
what is
sorry.
our
Are we on page 164, right? Chelsea, are we on 164?
For the problems,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, I'm here. Thanks. Sorry.
Mm-mm.
the criteria to reject?
And the specific problem's actually on 160. The first problem we're supposed to do is at 165.
If you're struggling with that, please do the other 3. The other 3 I think are much easier to do.
Okay.
C5, number 5 is your challenge. You can either do it calculation, basically follow what I did in the notes on the
I'm sorry.
slides.
Can you explain what C5 number 5 is? What do you mean?
No, problem 5.
Problem 5. Okay. Got it.
The next is the criteria to reject,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we say we reject if like Z is greater than 1.960 or whatever.
So, and the Z we look up in a table, correct?
No, you're going to calculate it.
Got it. Thank you. I think that's what was confusing me.
And the book does this well. I mean, we did a bunch of problems in class, and I have the notes of us like actually sitting and doing a problem.
I
Step
think I missed
4.
that, which is unfortunate. Yeah.
No. And that's why that you'll struggle a little bit more. Step 4. And I'm going to put this even in a different color. Calculate Z value or F or chi-squared, depending on whatever it is, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
This is where you're actually sitting and doing the mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
Step 5, decision. Do we reject, null, or fail to reject? Just so you know, I'm not going to be grading these homeworks until Sunday. So if you need more time to get them into until Sunday, that's fine with me. So I'm giving more time, but I know you want to work on your projects and you want to get, by the way, the discussion you guys should be able to do quickly. I don't think it's too bad. So it's not like you're reading anything, you're posting something to help guide us. Okay, on the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, step 6, if necessary. And we only do this if we reject the null, give the p-value. Okay? Ooh, I want to see the simple cheat sheet. And this is the step every time. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna steal this and just load it.
Oh, great. Yeah, it
Doesn't have everything good, but it has like interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's been useful for me so far to like, what is this? So.
I like the Greek symbols too.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what you're gonna do in every problem.
Okay.
It is literally a step-by-step process. The one in pink is the calculation.
Okay.
And to be honest, if you get one that's like, I will give you one problem. So for example, 7.1 or chapter 7, problem 13 is continuous. I'm not joking. I read the problem, wrote down a few notes about the problem, and then I went to that section in the book and helped guide myself a little bit.
Okay. So step 3 is to identify if we're going to use ZF or X.
No, that's this part. Step 2 is. Oops. That's what this
Okay.
means. You state which one you're using.
And that's going to be ZF or whatever, the table. Okay. So, but then regardless if we're calculating for ZF or X, we always have to find Z first.
No, you're not, because your criteria is either Z or F or chi-squared. So it's dependent. So up here, the reason you do this first, so let's say we're doing a chi-squared, which you won't be doing.
Okay.
Then you're going to say if chi-squared is less than some value. We
Okay.
reject it.
Oh, got
Okay.
it. Okay.
Then
Yeah.
calculate chi-squared.
And that's the sort of the okay. Okay.
Okay.
But how do we know the number like 1.96?
It's problem dependent. It is very problem dependent.
Okay.
So that's why I recommend going through the examples, because the examples pair very well with the problems I gave you all.
Okay.
Like really, really well. Even the ANOVA problem 5 pairs well with the problem that was done in the book. The very first problem.
Okay.
Okay.
And they break it down in these steps in the book, I noticed. Okay.
I'm not joking that these 2 sections and the one that we just did last week, I use that part of the book. And before I had like 4 or 5 books, stat books that I used, and now I just use this one for doing hypothesis testing, confidence intervals, power analysis, and all that stuff.
Okay.
Okay? Because I don't remember all this.
Thank you. That's a good overview.
Yeah. Let me go to Anant and see what question you have. What's up, Anant?
Hello. I was actually just listening in on their questions.
That's good. You should.
Yeah. I was actually just working on some of the RStudio code. So
Oh, by the way, Anant, can you make sure you give me your recorded presentation as well for project one? I need
yes.
Like the longer presentation. Okay.
Oh, I forgot to send it. Yes.
Yeah, please. Yeah. That's okay. Okay, so you had a question about RStudio?
Yeah. What's a good way to just share the code with you? Just email,
Share,
I guess?
No, share your screen.
Oh, okay.
Worst comes to worst,
go back to them. I'm pulling some stuff up, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lachey, are you there, or did you have to go get dinner?
I'm here. No, I'm still here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cool.
My dogs are barking in the back, so I turned off.
It's okay. My oldest son is crying about something and was about to pause and like, what's going on? I need you to be quiet.
A quick question about turning this in. How are we gonna get? This is gonna be like 1,000 pages because this is one question.
No.
It filled up like my page.
I don't want to see all your scratch work and your chicken work, right? I want to see the work. So like try to make it as nice and neat as possible. So one of the things is like you attempted it multiple times, right? Or some of the problems.
Yeah.
And it's not working. I shouldn't see that. What I should see is like a final.
Oh, okay.
I want to see your work, but I don't want to see all your attempts.
Okay. Should I type it? Should I type this?
No, come on. Do you know how to do mathematical symbols quickly?
No, that's why I'm like, what? Okay.
No.
Yeah. And I tried the same thing, and I was just like, that's not happening.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I can barely get my math majors to learn how to do LaTeX. I'm not doing that on you.
Okay.
I can actually show you what it looks like if you want to type mathematical symbols. Hold on.
I don't.
No, I know. But I'm showing.
I barely want to write it.
I kind of want to see it just so I can just be like, thank God I don't have to do that.
Okay. So, share. Where'd it go? Tech shop. Here you go. This is what it looks like. And this is just me typing up a homework assignment. It's not even the solutions. And all this like is all preamble. You know, the rest of it, and then like make title, like it's, but I'll show you what it looks like. It looks really pretty. And this is what it produces.
Wow.
It looks pretty. And mathematicians use this a lot. And this isn't even using mathematical symbols yet.
Wait, it's just, that's it? That's what it looks like? It looks like it can be typed up.
It can't. This one can't. Here, fine. I'll give you a different one.
That's not impressive. No, just kidding.
You're like, Dr. Hinton, you haven't impressed me yet. Do better. Okay, hold on. Now you're pushing me, because now so this is the solutions to that problem. Okay. And you can see this is like putting a graph in and all this.
Oh.
My God. All right. Now let me share what the solution, what it looks like as a, and it converts them into a PDF right away. Let me see, share. You want the solution? There you go. So this is what the solution looks like.
Oh, okay.
And you can see that you can see the difference.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if you try to do this in Word, it looks like junk.
Yeah.
Nothing aligns. So this language, it's free,
Mm-hmm.
and it allows mathematicians, physicists, you know, to write stuff very beautifully. And this is how we have to write papers.
Wow. No, thank you.
Yeah, I agree, Lachey.
I spend more time on this than I do on Word.
Yes.
So back to I'm sorry, Lachey.
Lachey, yeah, you had a
no,
question.
I'm done. No, I'm done. Go ahead.
So do me a favor. The problems that look good, you're good. The problems that you've tried like 5 or 6 different times, and then after we discuss, now give me a good one, how it looks, and show. You don't have to show every step of the work, but some of it, like the formula. You know, you show the formula with the numbers in it, and then you say approximately equals. That's good because you plugged it into a calculator, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then you have your complete, don't forget, you should have complete sentences describing what they mean. And they can be, they don't have to, you know, they can have spelling mistakes. I really don't care because you're not typing it. And then you're just going to scan it and submit me one PDF document. So make sure all the files are together.
Okay.
So I'm not opening up like 10 different pages.
Okay, gotcha.
And for the ones for the hypothesis testing, I expect to see step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay. And in step 4, when you're doing the calculation, show some of the process you used. You don't have to show every step, but some of it. If you want to show every step, that's fine.
So,
and then step 5 is just 1 or 2 sentences. And step 6 is you say, I used a computer to get, or I used a table, get the p-value. Excuse me. Sorry.
What page is p-value on? Just so I can have that at hand.
It's on every one of the problems.
Oh.
So every example they did, they give a p-value or they discuss it.
The p-value is like the...
So remember, our alpha value is the p-value we're measuring against. So if we reject the null hypothesis, the p-value is going to be less than alpha.
Okay.
And you have to tell us what is that p-value. So we're kind of sense it's like we're like, how much less is it than 0.05? How much smaller is it? How small is it? Well, if I repeat your experiment and I get it even smaller, did I do a better job? Kind of what they're doing. And to be honest, hold on, I will tell you a dirty little secret. In the past 10 years, most of psychology research that was done in the last 100 years is getting lambasted based on them manipulating p-values. And saying a lot of the stuff in popular psychology research is wrong. because they shaved numbers to get p-values that were less than 0.05.
Can you say that again? The alpha value, the p-value. Like
Yeah,
that
I'll
again?
write it down so you can. So
Okay.
to reject the null hypothesis, the p-value will be less than our alpha value.
Thank you.
If alpha is greater than the p-value, then we have failed to reject the null hypothesis. Okay.
Can we take a look at table 7-60 and just have a conversation about what's going on here?
No. Yes.
Okay.
I'm teasing.
Hold on, I'm still writing this down.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
Okay, though. But yeah, thanks for that question. I'm interested to learn too.
Table 760.
Yeah.
Oh, from the problems.
Yeah. Like it's
So
not
problem
connected
number
to anything.
17.
17.
Number
yeah.
17, you are not doing any calculations. There's no calculations we have. They already give you the p-values.
Okay. See, that's why I saw it. I'm like, well, now I'm confused because.
So you're just saying which categories have a p-value less than 0.05.
Okay.
And then you defend your statement.
So sorry, problem 17 has no calculations.
Mm-mm. I think it's the easiest problem.
Okay.
I think it's you'll like have 3 or 4 sentences. That's it.
Yeah,
Basically.
0.05. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you'll just say what they are. And you'll
Okay.
basically you're using what we just wrote in pink.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to feel good about yourself about checking stuff off of a list, 17 is one to do.
Thank you.
I like I have lists. I'm a list person. So I'm like crossing things off. Check, done. Check, done. All right. Lachey got Chelsea, did you have another question?
Oh, just want to share. This is part of what
Let me go to
question
meeting. Hold on.
13 looks like.
Uh-huh.
It's my chicken scratch. It's a mess. I think it's going back to what Lachey was saying, like how.
If it's not too bad, I don't have a problem with it. And even if it's something, you know what you could do? If you feel like you have most of it's pretty good, except for some of that chicken scratch,
Yeah.
just you can put don't erase it, but just put like a black X, so I don't look at it.
Okay.
Okay. But if it's like a page and a half of chicken scratch, I don't want to see that.
Okay.
I don't think
Well,
you want to see that anymore.
Right. So I guess my question is like definitely write down this, identify the type of data,
Mm-hmm.
how I found this. Oh God, what is SP again? Ugh.
The pulled standard deviation.
Thank you. The formula and then plug in my numbers, but I don't have to show like, I'm thinking back in grades, my algebra when you had to go do each. No, okay.
No, because you're not really doing that. You're plugging it into a calculator.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I was overthinking.
Yeah,
So,
I don't want just the number
right.
and then your solution. That scares me. I want to see the formula you're using.
Right.
I want to see plug in some numbers.
Mhm.
Say this is SP is approximately this, right?
Yes. Right. So like the formula I'm using, plug in the numbers, and then I can just tell you
Approximately what the values are.
Okay. And I love that it's approximate, not the equal. It's approximate. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because you've averaged it. It's fine. I mean, you rounded.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
Anant,
and
did
it-
you want to? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Chelsea. If you
I'm
had
done.
another
I'm
question.
done.
Anant, are you ready to share your screen?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. You're fine. Okay. All right. Lachey, did you have any other questions?
Nope. I think I can struggle through this the rest
Yeah,
of the
and
night.
I don't know. I'm offering Chelsea as a guide too. It doesn't hurt to reach out to each other since I'm giving you more time. Say, "Hey, do you want to review a few things together? It depends on your availabilities between yourselves. But and like Chelsea and I talked about this earlier, is like talking through a few problems, or say, this is what I tried. This is where I was at. This is what I did.
Okay.
And it doesn't hurt. Go ahead, Chelsea.
Do you mind if we just talk through one of the problems in chapter 7 now?
Yeah, not. I mean, I can
Not
show
number
you.
5.
I mean, I can. Yeah, Lachey came at the end because Tiara and I were discussing it.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the ANOVA. That's the question about ANOVA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do we have? What do we have for that section? We have 5. What's the other problem?
13, 15, 16, and we already know 17.
Okay. Well, let's talk about each one of them a little bit, and then we'll choose one of them to kind of go through the process a little bit. I won't give the calculations, but I want you 3 to guide me, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
But let's talk about each one first.
Okay.
So 13, is it continuous or dichotomous? What kind of data is it? And I'll give you a chance to read it and stuff. May, you can't have those. Please put those back. No.
Okay, so we need to find the exercise
BOLOGNA.
a mean.
Oh, you're going to do it next to her? Okay, go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Mean. I mean, sorry, continuous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Continuous, is it in,
And then
is it in 1 or multiple?
1.
Okay. I'm just saying 1 value, but whatever. Okay, cool. Let's go to 15.
So, the same.
Continuous.
Yeah.
But is it 1 or 2?
I think
2.
2, because they're saying they're looking for the difference, right?
Yeah.
Are they independent or not?
Independent.
it looks like it's 2 different groups of people.
Yeah, so 2 independent. And then the last one was 16. Continuous or dichotomous?
Dichotomous.
It's dichotomous. Is it 1 or difference?
Difference.
Yeah, so it's 2 independent. And dichotomous is always 2 independent.
Yeah.
If it is not independent, then you need to take a graduate course in statistics. And what I mean by a math grads course in stats. It is way beyond like what we do here.
Okay.
So, again, good step. So of these 3, which would you like to do or kind of go through?
Well, 16 for me. I don't know if anyone else can choose.
Yeah, I'm fine with 16.
Okay.
I need to step away for a brief second. I will be back.
Okay. Do you mind if we keep going?
Absolutely not. Of course. Please go. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So Lachey and Anant, I know you're working on trying to get your stuff, but I'd like for you to be part of this a little bit too, so you pick up a few things. So what's our first step?
So figuring out what formula we use.
No, that is
Oh.
step 2. Step 1.
Okay.
So the first thing you want to do is state your null hypothesis and your alternative and give the alpha value.
H1. Oh, the H1. And the
I'll give
alternative
you-
value is that. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm giving you alpha because it's given.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I'm back. Thank you.
No, you're fine. So remember, what you're looking for here is you're looking at the difference of two proportions.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think the null is telling us?
No change in.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically it's saying P1 equals P2. My two proportions are the same.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the alternative saying?
Maybe that one is greater or they're not equal. I don't know.
It could be greater, but for proportions, we can look at what it says, right? For 16.
So it should
It
be
does-
lower than 220, right? Because we want to see it. And
Well, the last sentence says what? Test if there's a significant difference,
mm-hmm.
not if one is lower or higher.
Okay.
Okay. If we're assuming,
Got it.
I mean, I would be assuming that's what I'd be testing. And if I was writing a paper about it, that's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem's not asking us to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They're just saying, is there a difference?
Mm-hmm.
So P1 does not equal P2.
Oh, gosh.
That's it.
So if it was asking that one is higher than the other, would we just use a greater than or less than sign?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Remember, this is like what the statement says.
Right.
But yeah, and not you're right. Okay. What's step 2?
State the test you'll be using, which is in the data table, which is, I don't know what page.
119 and
Not 119.
oh.
That's the other
Okay.
table.
Oh, shoot.
163.
Yeah, thank you.
There we go.
Okay, so we have dichotomous 2 and
Oh, here we go.
dichotomous outcome to infinite samples is Z equals proportion 1 minus proportion second sample divided by the square root of proportion multiplied by 1 minus the proportion
We'll talk
multiplied
about that in
by
a second.
yeah.
Okay. And
Okay.
all you're doing here is you're stating this. Now, one of the things, if I have something that's in here weird, I will also write down that equation. And P here is x1 plus x2 over n1 plus n2. And I'll help you with that, how to calculate that P. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Step 3. what do we do for step 3? Hey, Usman. Your audio is not connected. Which means, I don't know if you can hear me. Now your audio is connected. So, rule of thumb, you must have your screen on if we are doing problems together. Sorry.
Wait, is my screen on?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So now we need the criteria for whether to reject
it.
the null hypothesis.
Yeah, and one of the things is, so we're going to talk about this, and we'll do a little bit of this. So all you start by saying is reject the null if some criteria.
Right.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And to be
Mhm.
honest, what we're going to do is we look at the alternative. So we say, oh, I just want to know there's a difference. So I'm going to be looking at a two-tailed. Okay. So so this basically says two-tailed.
Right.
And so we're saying we will reject it if we're below some value and above a value. And I don't remember what those values are. And so I go to the examples where we have a two-tailed piece, where we're not showing it's greater than or less than. And I look at that example, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the z value. So for an example, and it's just because there's too much to remember here. There's so many steps. So use examples as your guide. Okay? So if I go to page 135 and 134, even though that's not what we're dealing with.
Right.
And if you look under setup decision rule, right?
Yeah.
It'll even tell you what the z values have to be. And you're going to use the exact same language.
Okay. So it's,
Now, go ahead.
I think you're going to say what I'm going to ask.
Now, if it's for f or chi-squared, you can't do this. You have to look at those sections. But for proportion, difference of proportion, and continuous, and two samples of continuous. Okay.
So with this, I'm looking at the wrong question. And you have to do z less equal to or less than negative 1.96, or you can't just put z is not equal to, or like 1.960. You have to write it out. Okay.
Yeah. And what's step 4?
Calculations.
Calculate z value.
Sorry, I was trying to talk, and I'm muted. Before we go to step 4,
yeah, please.
I thought that like we reject if the null is like less than 5%. Like what's the
well, this
significance
comes from 5%. These z values come from the 5%.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I'll just put it aside here. No, it's okay. So what's happening here is we're existing in some probability. Okay? Everything, and that probability is based off this bell-shaped curve. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that 5% is outside of that bell-shaped curve on the extremes. So we have 95% is here. And if I'm here, we fail to reject it.
Okay, I got it. That makes sense.
Here you have 2.5%, and here you have 2.5%.
And if it were a single-tailed on either end, it would be 5%.
That's
Correct.
correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, I was thinking it correctly.
And you'd have like Z is less than if you were saying it's 1.6 something. Again, I have to look.
It's on page 134.
Yep.
It's 1.645.
I'm gonna help you. One
So-
big thing. One big thing that I do when I do these problems is I write down N1 equals N2 equals. P1 equals P2 equals. X1 equals X2 equals.
Mm,
What is
mhm.
N1?
Oh God, I forgot the question.
That's gonna be normal.
Um, what's the problem? Problems on 164.
Yeah, and it uses table 759
And we're on 16.
because it's problem 15 and 16 are related.
Something.
Oh, the sample for N1 is 50. N equals 50.
Okay.
N1 equals 50.
Keep going.
N2 equals 75.
Okay.
Uh,
Then you have to read in the problem to get P1 and P2, by the way.
okay, great. Which is
And help each other out. Anand, Lachey, Uzman. We're working on problem 16 from chapter 7.
and we convert it to like 0.56 for P1 or 56.
Okay.
It's 56%,
But I like 0.56 because that's
Okay.
what you're going to be using.
and then 0.4 for P2.
And how are you going to get X1 and X2? X1 and X2 represent the total in each of these groups. They're the total of P1. So we know 50
Subtract it from
56%.
100.
It would have to be 100%.
Subtract
Well, that's
0.56 from one.
No, these are
Right.
in. This is like actually how many people have this hypercholesterolemia in that category. How many? It doesn't tell you. You have the information here on the white screen. It says 56% of what number?
50.
Of 50. So all you do is do 50 times 56%.
Oh,
So this is,
that was tricky.
yeah, that's why I wanted to do it with you. And it'll give you a whole number. These give you a whole number. I promise. And then X2 will be the same, right?
Extra, yes, except, yeah.
0.56.
Again, I promise if they don't give you a whole number, you made a mistake, but it will. This is just straight up like multiplication.
Can you hold
then-
that for a second?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No.
Um, so, like, what is asking if we're rejecting or if we fail to rejecting? We're asking, is it equal or is it a slight change? Is
No,
that
what
what's
we're-
happening?
No, we're trying to see if we're going to reject it or fail to reject it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get it. So what we're going to do next is we're going to calculate P, and I'm not going to do that, and use to calculate Z.
Okay, let me go back.
What's step 5?
At 5. is our decision.
Yeah.
So step 5, use calculated z value and step 3, the decision to reject or fail to reject. It's not. This is where you have a couple sentences because you want to relate it to the actual physical properties of the problem.
Okay.
And then remember, step 6,
Mm-hmm.
calculate p value
Mm-hmm.
if we reject. Oops, totally forgot the RE. H naught. Oops, forgot an E. Oh my gosh. Cool.
Hmm.
Can you explain? So it's in step 4, we are going to calculate z value
Mm-hmm.
by plugging in the numbers in the formula. Oh, but we have to find. What do you mean calculate p?
Well, you're gonna need p because p exists in z. Do you notice in the denominator or the bottom of the fraction you have p times 1 minus p?
Okay.
Just like how we had to do with SP for the confidence intervals
Oh,
before.
so that p is different than the p1, p2. P is what is it?
Mhm.
It's
So you're
proportion.
talking about the P up that says P equal x1 plus x2 over n1 plus n2. That's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Okay.
correct.
And that's
It's the group proportion, and that
It's the group
proportion should be between 0.40 and 0.56. So that p value will be between
it.
the two.
Okay, so that's like
But
a
you have to
capital.
take into account that they have different numbers, right? One group is larger than the other.
Yes. Oh. Okay.
So it's kind of like the overall proportion for the problem.
I'm sorry. So the p value is there. Okay. Um. Okay.
All right. So hopefully this has helped you all figure out how to do this. Ananth, are you ready, or did you want to still wait?
Actually, the code isn't where I have the problem. Just knowing what equation to use.
And that's what we've been doing, right?
Yeah. No, this was already very helpful.
Yeah, and I think sometimes sitting in and then like, oh, I really didn't understand this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the only time I get it wrong is if I use the wrong equation. Obviously, the code would be wrong too because I'm finding something else.
Yeah. Uzman, again, screen on, please.
Yes, sir. Oh, sorry.
All right. So, you're next in line for questions. Did you have a question, or were you kind of just here to see how things are going?
Yeah.
Or is it more personal? And if it's more personal, we can wait a second.
Yeah, it's more kind of personal, so I can wait.
Okay. Did you have any questions related to the homework, though?
I have everything with the like hypothesis and everything. You couldn't figure out how to do the coding. I have somewhat used SPSS, but I couldn't find out how to
But you
download
don't
it.
need the coding for this. You don't have to. So,
Okay.
like Chelsea and I were talking about, you don't have to. You can
All
do it
right.
all by hand.
Okay,
I literally
perfect.
did every one of the problems by hand.
Yeah. this is what I look to. I'm more like confident now that I'll be able to do it. Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, and I think going through the step process, like
Yeah.
even if you don't get to the calculation part, if you can get the rest of the steps, like
Yeah.
that's a huge thing because you have an understanding of the problem and the data you're working with.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then you probably will make a mistake with your calculations or round wrong or entering the calculator wrong or your code doesn't quite work just right. That's normal stuff.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that's why it takes me forever to grade this stuff because I'm looking to see, I see where you made a mistake. You see the feedback I give you, you know, this is where the error is. Okay.
Yeah.
Lachey, did you have any other follow-up questions? Or do you just
No.
need to work on it now?
Yeah, I just need to try to figure things out.
Okay. Okay. Chelsea?
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm gonna like tonight, I'm going to work on viewing my fellow students' projects and writing that up, and then doing chapter 7, because
Okay.
chapter 6, even though I figured half of the are, and then work on that. So
Yeah.
this is helpful because it's allowed me to like, oh, I can skip stuff and go on, come back to things. So
Yeah, and I'll post most of these notes so that you have them again
mhm.
online. So at least, Lachey, you have your hand up.
Yes, if someone here, I sent emails, but no one replied. If someone here wants to share like part of their project so I can finish
Oh,
the assignment, that would be great.
did you get
Thank you.
mine yet?
No. I didn't get
I'm
it.
sorry.
Come on, Chelsea. Fall behind.
Oh, I did. I attached it. Oh no, it
Oh,
was
did you?
no, 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 no,
I
no,
didn't.
no. I'm so sorry. It was in an email chain. I would attach it to someone else. I'll give it to you right now. It's
Okay,
yours, of
thank you.
course.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm forcing you to work in groups even though you're not really working in groups. You can get mad at me later.
I think I've shared my paper to like most of the class at this point.
That's okay.
So I apologize, Lachey, because you would have definitely gotten it.
No worries. Thank you for sending it now.
Yep. I just sent it. Let me know if you email if you didn't get it or can't open it or something.
Ananth,
I'll be
did you have any follow-up questions?
No.
Okay. So I have 5 minutes left because it's supposed to only go to 8. So and Usman had some more personal questions. So
absolutely. Thank you
I
all.
will post this. I will post this before I go to bed. Okay. So at least I'll give you. I'm gonna erase a few little things I have on it. But yeah.
All right. Good night, all.
Good night.
Thank you.